Imagine for a moment that everything you need to ease your anxiety, calm your heart, and balance your energy isn't in some distant temple or exotic remedy, but in a small, hidden spot on your wrist, a point the sages of ancient China called the key to 100 illnesses. It's an invisible, tiny doorway that opens with the pressure of your own fingers. And yet it holds centuries of mystery, practice, and power. Human history is full of quests. Formulas to heal the body, ways to calm the mind, and secrets to soothe the spirit. But what if I told you that one of those secrets has been with you all along, beating just beneath your skin? That point is called PC-6, or Neiguan, and for over 2,000 years it's been seen as a center of balance, a guardian of the heart, and a bridge between serenity and vitality. Tradition describes it as an energetic gateway. Touching it is like turning the key to a forgotten lock. Suddenly the flow returns, tension dissolves, and what once felt impossible becomes natural. That's why it was called the point of 100 illnesses. Not because it's a magic cure-all, but because activating it restores the harmony that sustains health on every level of being. This video is a journey. First, we'll explore the historical and philosophical roots of this point and understand why entire cultures revered it as a treasure of the human body. Then, we'll find its exact location so you can learn how to identify and activate it yourself. I'll also share the benefits that both tradition and experience have attributed to it. From easing anxiety and dizziness to balancing emotions and opening the mind to deeper clarity. Beyond the physical, we'll also explore its spiritual dimension, because PC-6 isn't just an acupressure point. It's a bridge between heart and mind, a reminder that true healing happens not only in the body, but in the union of all our dimensions. So open your mind, let your curiosity come alive, and join me as we uncover an ancient secret that may have been waiting for this exact moment to reveal itself in your life. The PC-6 point is located on your wrist, but its influence touches every part of your being. Today, together, we'll decode its meaning. Since ancient times, humanity has searched for points of connection between the visible and the invisible. Places where the physical becomes symbolic and the body becomes a map of universal forces. PC-6, or Neiguan, belongs to that sacred lineage of secret places where the physical and spiritual are intertwined. The oldest records of traditional Chinese medicine, such as the Huangdi Neijing, the inner classic of the Yellow Emperor, already describe the pericardium not only as the membrane surrounding the heart, but as its guardian of vital essence. They said the heart was the emperor, and the pericardium, through its energy channels, acted as counselor and protector. Within that network of meridians, Neiguan shone as a privileged gateway. By pressing it, the sages said, the heart would calm and the spirit would regain balance. Over time, Taoist physicians called it the key to 100 illnesses. Not literally, but as a symbol of its wide-ranging effects. It could relax the body, clear the mind, and open the inner breath. A portal that tended to the whole human being beyond individual symptoms. Chinese wisdom never saw illness as a random event, but as a disruption in the flow of qi, or vital energy. By restoring that flow, Neiguan became a vital tool for reuniting the self. This knowledge didn't stay confined to medical texts. It was also passed through spiritual traditions, where it was believed to protect against emotional imbalance. Monks and meditation practitioners used it to quiet their minds before entering deep states of contemplation. For them, activating PC-6 was like strengthening the walls of the inner city. The heart stayed protected, and mental clarity could flourish. Beyond China, other cultures also sensed a connection between the wrist and the heart. In India, certain yoga practices mention links between the nadis, energy channels, and the heart centers through the arms. In ancient Egypt, amulets and bracelets were worn on the wrist to strengthen the heart's vitality and the soul's essence. Though the symbols and names were different, the intuition was the same. The wrist is a crossroads, a point of access to the inner mystery. Philosophically, PC-6 reminds us that true healing doesn't come only from external remedies. It comes from our ability to activate what's already within us. It's a symbol of inner power, a key that's been in your hand all along, waiting to be recognized. Ancient wisdom teaches that the greatest secrets aren't hidden in distant mountains or sealed temples, but within the human body itself, a living reflection of the universe. In this sense, Neiguan isn't just an anatomical point. It's a living metaphor. It shows us that real medicine begins with the conscious connection between heart and mind, between energy and spirit. PC-6. Neiguan isn't merely a physical point, it's a threshold. For the ancient sages, this point was like a hidden door within a strong wall, a direct path not only to the heart, but to the spirit that resides there. That's why they said those who understood this point held the key to 100 paths, because they could soothe the body, calm the mind, and free the soul. To begin, it's essential to understand its location and meaning. It's found on the inner forearm, about 3 finger widths above the wrist crease, right between the 2 main tendons. Why there, exactly? Taoist physicians believed that tendons were like rivers carrying the heart's energy toward the hands, and that between those channels flowed a hidden spring. That spring is Neiguan, the inner gate. When it's pressed or stimulated, something remarkable happens, something best explained through metaphor. Imagine your energy system as a network of water channels. When one of those channels gets blocked, the current turns murky and life loses its clarity. Activating PC-6 is like opening a gate. The water flows freely again, washing away built-up debris and restoring its original purity. On a physical level, this point is said to have immediate benefits. It calms heart palpitations, eases anxiety, improves breathing, and relieves nausea or dizziness. But beyond those effects, something deeper is happening. PC-6 regulates the connection between the heart and the mind. In Chinese philosophy, the heart isn't just a pump. It's the seat of the spirit. When the mind becomes restless, it disturbs that throne, filling what should be peaceful silence with noise. Activating PC-6 is like a palace guardian closing the gates to chaos, restoring the emperor, your heart, to its rightful calm and dignity. You can also think of it as a bridge. On one side, the restless mind with its endless thoughts. On the other, the heart with its quiet wisdom. In between lies Neiguan, holding the two together. By pressing it, you don't just ease physical symptoms. You restore the lost dialogue between these two inner worlds. That's why it's called the point of 100 illnesses, because by balancing the heart and mind, you address the root of countless ailments. Tradition teaches that most disease begins when qi, the vital energy, becomes disturbed by repressed emotions, stress, or internal imbalance. By restoring harmony to that flow, PC-6 acts as both prevention and cure. In other words, Neiguan is like a hidden switch on your wrist that, when turned on, brings light back to your entire system. It's not an external miracle. It's the awakening of something your body already knows how to do, written deep in its oldest design. If earlier we saw PC-6 as a bridge between heart and mind, now we can explore its subtler mysteries. Because Neiguan isn't just a healing technique. It's a symbol of something greater, the possibility of reconnecting with universal harmony through a simple gesture. One of the most fascinating aspects of PC-6 is its link to the pericardium, the tissue that physically protects the heart. In the deeper Chinese view, the pericardium is more than just a membrane. It's the spiritual guardian of the inner emperor, pave. When we stimulate this point, we don't just relax the physical heart, we also strengthen the protective field that shelters our essence. It's like lighting a wall of energy around the spirit, shielding it from outside disturbance. Here lies an interesting paradox. PC-6 is activated by the simplest of actions. A light press of the thumb on the wrist for a few seconds. Yet its effects can be felt throughout the entire body. How can that be? Imagine the string of a musical instrument. Touch one precise spot and the whole string vibrates. The same is true of the body's meridians. Those invisible strings that carry energy. Neiguan is one of the most responsive nodes in that network. It also works on the emotional level. Many people say that when they press this point, they don't just feel physical relief. They sense an unexpected calm, as if a constant background noise suddenly fades away. This isn't coincidence. In Taoist understanding, heavy emotions are like storms in the river of qi. When Neiguan is freed, those storms find a path, and the current clears again. The spiritual symbolism goes even further. Some Taoist masters taught that PC-6 is a portal between the human and the divine. They said that by meditating while activating this point, one could feel the energy of the heavens descend into the heart, and the light of the heart rise toward the mind. In that union, a higher clarity emerges, where decisions come not from fear or ego, but from a wisdom that transcends logic. However, not all aspects of PC-6 are gentle. The ancients warned that neglecting this channel could weaken it, leaving the heart vulnerable to anxiety, insomnia, or agitation. That's why they urged people to cultivate it regularly. Not just as a quick fix, but as a spiritual practice. In the end, Neiguan is far more than a medical tool. It's a symbol of trust in simplicity. It reminds us that healing doesn't always require elaborate rituals or grand sacrifices. Sometimes, it's enough to place your thumb on the right spot and awaken the forces already within you. The mystery of PC-6 shows that the infinite can live inside an everyday gesture. But talking about PC-6 Neiguan isn't enough. We have to experience it. True wisdom begins when knowledge becomes practice, when an ancient secret stops being an idea and becomes something you can feel. Neiguan doesn't ask for temples or ceremonies, just your attention and your hands. Yet its impact can be as profound as any sacred rite. The first advice is simple. Make Neiguan your refuge in moments of anxiety. We live in a time when hearts race not from effort, but from the relentless pace of the mind. When you feel your pulse speeding up or your thoughts won't slow down, find this point on your wrist. Place your thumb there gently and press for 2 or 3 minutes. Breathe slowly. picturing each inhale cooling the fire within you, and each exhale releasing the smoke of restlessness. Little by little, you'll start to feel calm returning, almost as if an invisible guardian had quietly closed the doors of your heart. Tip number 2, use this point as a key to rest. Many people carry insomnia like it's a life sentence, but stimulating Neiguan before bed works like a switch that turns off the tension built up throughout the day. By gently pressing and massaging this point on both wrists, while breathing deeply and slowly, you send a signal of peace straight to your heart. It's like telling your spirit, you don't need to stand guard anymore. It's time to rest. Tip number 3, call on Neiguan when you're traveling or on the move. The ancients already recommended it to prevent nausea and motion sickness. Today, people find it doesn't just ease physical discomfort. It also brings a surprising sense of emotional steadiness while the world moves around you. It's like planting an energetic root in your wrist, a reminder that even if everything around you shifts, your center remains solid. Tip number 4, use PC-6 as a portal for meditation. This isn't only about relieving symptoms. It's about using this point to unite the heart and the mind. During meditation, place your thumbs gently over Neiguan and feel a subtle channel begin to open. Imagine the mind's clarity descending to meet the heart's serenity. With consistent practice, this helps you make wiser choices and live from a place of calm, balanced awareness. Finally, one essential piece of advice: let Neiguan be your daily reminder that the sacred lives in the simple. Each time you activate it, don't think only of the physical effects. Remember that you're honoring a wisdom thousands of years old, repeating the gesture of countless seekers who found in this point a beacon of balance. In the end, Neiguan isn't some distant mystery. It's right there on your wrist, waiting for you to notice it and make it your ally. Its secret is simple. By touching it, you don't just calm your body. You awaken the deep truth that you yourself are your greatest medicine. Throughout this journey, we've walked a path from the ancient pages of Chinese wisdom to the quiet pulse of our own wrists. We've discovered that PC-6 Neiguan isn't just an anatomical point. It's a portal, a place where the body becomes a map of the soul, where vital energy meets the stillness of the heart. The ancients called it the key to 100 illnesses, and now we understand why. It was never about promising magical cures, but about reminding us that true health and serenity come from within. This point represents our human ability to find harmony inside ourselves, to activate resources that may be invisible, yet beat in the deepest part of our being. We've seen its physical side, how it helps calm anxiety, steady the heartbeat, relieve dizziness, and promote restful sleep. And we've seen its spiritual side, Neiguan as the bridge between the thinking mind and the feeling heart, as a channel where love, peace, and clarity can flow freely again. If this ancient secret teaches us anything, it's that the human body isn't just a machine. It's a living temple full of hidden doors. Each energy point is an altar, and Neiguan is one of the most powerful and accessible. A single fingertip's pressure can remind us that healing is much closer than we think. That we don't need to chase external solutions when the map to balance and power already lies within us. But the real value of PC-6 doesn't come from knowing about it. It comes from using it. Let it become a habit, a small act of self-care, a quiet reminder that you deserve to live in peace and vitality. Every time you touch it, you're not just pressing a spot on your wrist. You're awakening an ancient memory that connects you to countless generations before you. And that brings us to a simple reflection. How many other keys have we overlooked, thinking the mystery was far away when it's always been within reach? Neiguan reminds us that the extraordinary hides in the ordinary, that the infinite reveals itself through the smallest gesture. So next time you feel anxious, restless, or simply need to return to your center, remember this secret. On your wrist lies a door to peace, a key that connects you to the wisdom of the ancestors and to the force of the universe within. And if this message has sparked something in you, I invite you to subscribe, leave a like, and share this video with others who are seeking balance and clarity. Because wisdom grows when it's shared, and together we can help these timeless teachings shine again.